human cell line, and also the active lifestyle. Yeah, very good.
So from 4 to 5?
And the last one I like it, the no cases of inhibitor development too. So that's a summary of it. 1 to 5, I would give it as definitely 5.
Perfect. Okay. So will you change or add anything here that will maybe help us to highlight something particularly that here are not well highlighted or that is missing?
It's just, I think, how those boxes are arranged.
Yes. It won't be arranged like that.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be tough.
But in terms of the messages, do you think that there is something that we could like add to improve the story?
In the second box lower, I think as noted earlier, I think a product A showed favorable instead of I think that whole sentence, last sentence, can be reframed.
Yeah, I mean, taking into account all of your inputs. Okay.
Exactly. Yes.
But apart from that, you don't see that we can add anything else to.
No, I think this speaks to itself.
Okay, perfect. And then on a scale of 1 to 5, how well do you think this story reflects our product profile? I can show you again the product profile with you.
No, it really speaks the product profile. I remember it. I think it's very good. It can be used twice a week or 3 times a week based upon. I don't know if we need to spell out somewhere. It's not a gene therapy or something, but I think those questions will come as I asked you. Like, how can you claim that it can be used twice a week? What's the magic behind it? So everyone might be curious to know about it.
So maybe that's something that we can add. Maybe we can add something to specify how the product was built. Maybe
Correct,
manufactured to help avoid those kind of questions. Maybe I can add that as a suggestion. Okay. And how impactful do you think this story is? So now everything together, how impactful and how memorable the story will be for you?
I would rate 5 and 5 for both impactful and memorable.
Okay, perfect. Apart from the ideas that you just mentioned, so do the slight modification in each of the messages, here the arrangement for sure. Do you think that there is something else that could help us make this more memorable? And also adding some explanation of the manufacturing of the product.
Manufacturing the product.
So apart that.
Yeah, I think, no, if we add more, it will be more cumbersome.
And based on everything we have discussed, how likely you will be to request your physician to prescribe this product for you?
It's very highly likely that I will ask him to prescribe, given the fact that it's not a PEG product and it's able to give me that kind of a flexibility what I'm getting it right now also. Why not?
And from 1 to 5, if we need to give you a number.
5 again.
5, okay. Perfect. So to encourage you to really request the product, do you think that for you, if I understand very well, having to secure this twice weekly flexibility will be a key, and maybe to provide more information about the manufacturing of the product, those two things will make you more secure of asking this product to your physician. Right?
That is right, yes.
Okay, perfect. Now I will show you the communication material of 2 other products.
Okay.
And then we'll go to some questions. So this is the first one.
Okay.
The second one.
Yep, I'm good.
Do you recognize any of these brands? So this one, do you recognize it?
No, I don't recognize it.
And this one?
No.
No? Okay, perfect. Now, on a scale of 1 to 5, how differentiating do you think that our concept, so this one that we just put together, is from this one, for example, for instance?
Yeah.
From 1
Even
to
before
5 being
comparing,
5
yeah,
very differentiating.
yeah, even before comparing, I was not impressed with these two, especially the images are not, I had to spend a lot of time to understand what is this image. I would say definitely 0 or 1 for brand 1 and brand 2.
Okay, so very differentiated, you will say,
Yeah.
as our concept. And if we use some of these informations to improve our story, do you think that we can take anything from these two that you really like here that we could add to our story to improve it?
No, not really. I think, it was hard for me to really see this type of messages. So I would definitely ignore these two messages.
Okay, perfect. Now the last question is just as table. And so now we just discussed everything that is important for you. Oh, sorry, I will also.
Okay.
So
Say that again.
yes, sorry. We just discussed everything that is important for you in your treatment, and we highlight some of the aspects that are important for products. Now I just want us to rate on a scale of 1 to 5 again, how important are these features for you for the management of your treatment in general.
Okay.
So the prophylaxis to prevent bleeds. How important it is that for you?
It is really important. Number 5.
Perfect. Treatment of breakthrough bleeds.
Same. Number 5.
That the product can be well managed the surgeries friendly.
5.
To allow you or your child to be physically active.
Same. Number 5.
That the products prevent you to having, that allows you to have a joint.
I have same. Number 5.
Bone health.
Yeah, I think are these two the same, joint and bone health and bone
Yeah,
health?
it is. These are a little bit confusing. I think that it's
Sure. Yeah.
pretty much the same. I'll just keep
Sure.
that as a sure. Other functions in the body outside the bleed control.
I don't know if it is applicable here, but definitely we want all the functions to be good, right? So I would say yes.
5 as well. Okay. To prevent inhibitor development, from 1 to 5.
Yeah.
5.
So no inhibitors.
The inhibitor eradication. So in this case, I think that is more like when you develop an inhibitor and your first product didn't work, so then you have another one that works, and you switch for a secondary ITI, for example, and that works. Or that is also in the case of in the first ITI that the product but just increasing the doses of prophylaxis, you manage to eradicate the inhibitor. So it's in both cases.
Okay. Yeah, from my perspective, I think to prevent inhibitors is number 1 choice. The rest is all, for sure, yeah, if you have inhibitors, you want to get rid of them. So, yes, all of them are 5-5.